Morning YouTube, it's Ade here from Dale's Skidmore second-hand tyres. I started gluing up the slats of the seat onto the frame yesterday, just doing them one at a time to make sure they're all in line with each other. And then there's a couple of more buttons to put underneath with housing joints, and then that's the seat done, ready for fitting. In order to put the rails on, I'm going to need to clamp them. And as soon as they're 4.1 metres long and I don't have anywhere near enough G-cramps, I've got to make up some of these. They're just a U-shaped bracket made out of inch plywood. The rails go either side of the top there obviously, and there's a wedge that goes in that holds it all tight. And that's a nice easy clamping system, very quick to apply, quicker even than probably the G-cramps. Right, I think that's probably enough, because there'll be a couple of places where I'll G-cramp them so that I can put them into place. Well, I had a little email last night to say that the order for the nails and that will come in today at between 11:04 and 12:04, which is very precise, but actually it came at 11:07, so can't argue with that. So we're going to see what's what now. Hopefully I've understood the wire gauges for the nails well enough to have ordered the right ones. Lots of packaging here. Oh, very nice. Here's the anchor. Whoops. Whoops-a-daisy. Copper boat nails. Yep, 200 grams of rose. I don't think there's anything else in there. They're a nice sort of size. Oh yeah. There's one more thing. Should be there. It doesn't say. Doesn't say it's to follow. So we'll have to get on to that. Well, I've just been down and got on the phone to Malden Ship. Was it Malden Chandlery Limited? They're in Malden in Essex and told them that the Rove driver was missing from the order, and she's going to sort it out straight away and put it in the post. So can't say fairer than that. I'll get back to you later. Well, talk about quick work. This is arrived this morning from the Malden ship's chandlers after my phone call yesterday to say that the Rove driver had been missed off the order, and the postie turned up with it this morning, so that's quite nice quick work. There we go, it's a punch that you use to drive the Roves home over the nails. And once again, because of my lack of knowledge of the ins and outs of nail sizes, because they're done in wire gauge, standard wire gauges, oh dear, it's the wrong size. Ooh, 3.5. Now obviously there's something about the number, I'm not sure if it gets bigger or smaller. I got confused obviously because I got size 10 nails, and I thought that it said fits up to a size 12, so I thought maybe that the bigger the number, the larger the hole. Obviously not. I wonder if this is tool steel, hardened tool steel, whether I can drill the hole out a bit bigger. I might try that. It's probably about half a mil too small. This is 3.5mm, so maybe I needed a 4mm, which is probably about what they are. Anyway, next boat I build, I'll have smaller nails. Right, so I finished up last night with the seat back inside of the transom fitted to the inside, and there's a little bit of, because it's recycled, there was a little bit of the top edge that is going into where the shelves were fitted, and some of that will disappear because it's still a bit proud and needs to be planed back flush. And then also there's the notch for the oar to go in for sculling, and what I'll do is I'll use a bit of the offcuts of oak I've got to fill that stepped rebate on it, and it should all sort of blend in nicely with a bit of sanding, so you can't really see it so much. And of course the seat has been finished, the slats are held together now by those three pieces running fore and aft. They're rebated in, halving joints or housing joints, and glued together, and then later date I shall fix it in place with probably just a couple of screws, because it's fitted underneath the transom plate anyway, and it looks quite nice. And also I've been and bought some pine to do a floor with. I'm not entirely sure yet exactly how it will finish up, but there will be cross pieces going across the bottom which are called the floors, and then these slats will be fixed to those throughout the length of the boat, and it will be loose so you can pull it out whenever you need to, but it will be for standing on and sleeping on, of course, and it's better than just stepping on the bottom of the fiberglass hull. It keeps everything sort of nice and springy and comfortable. So that's where we are up to now. Well, I think that wraps up another video now, for the time being. It's sort of slightly different progress to what I was expecting, but in the rules of boat building and repair and restoration, obviously there are no rules, there's no time frame. This is just as comfortable as it was last week. It could be a regular feature. The back of the boat spot. That driving tool, rove driving tool, I've looked at it, the hole for putting over the end of the nail is actually only very short as well, and considering the books and the films I've seen, they actually have quite a deep hole. It's not really right for this job anyway. It doesn't look, it's got a dimple for rounding off and putting the dome head on things, so I can use that bit. I'm going to try and drill it out so the right size, and hopefully a lot deeper as well, because I need something probably a good, I don't know, 35 mil deep anyway. So I'll put it in the drill press and see if I can't drill it out and use it properly. It's no point even in buying another one if they're the same as that, then they're all going to be not really good enough, so you've got to adapt things sometimes rather than anything else. And I don't know if I'd be able to find a billet of metal that big to make one from, so I'm going to see what happens with that and ride the loss. If it doesn't work, probably end up with a drill bit stuck in it or something. I've only got to drill it out about an extra ½ mil, so 4 mil drill, so I might go and buy myself a decent 4 mil drill and take it easy and see what happens. But certainly the dome dimple in it, I can't make something like that anyway. All the clamps and the wedges are made now for when I come to put the rails on, and whenever that will be now, like I say, you start thinking about one thing and then something else throws up and as a next thing to do, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully you're still enjoying these vids, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing here immensely, and I've had lots of lovely comments and suggestions. I'm open to suggestions all the time. Anything that anyone has an idea about, I can read your comments and look at the ideas and you never know, something might get incorporated. So thanks once again for watching, and I'll see you soon. All the best everyone.